How's everybody doing out there? Good to see everyone. It is the 20th of November. This year has gone by so fast. It's unbelievable. There we go. Hello. We got all kinds of people in watching and checking us out and that kind of stuff. I do appreciate it. Where are you from? Country, city, state. We always ask folks to put that, and most of you are out there. Thank you very much. Awesome to have guests this week. I'm looking so forward to this, and I'm so glad they said yes with short notice, actually. So I'm going to add the Geeks. I'm going to add the Geeks on tour. There they are. Say hey.
Hey. Yep.
Hi.
We have Chris and Jim Gould. How are you guys?
Doing great. It's really, the weather down here in South Florida has just been perfect the last couple of days. We're taking it easy. Don't have a whole lot of stuff on our calendar, and she needs to do some more work, I think.
You're going to make some people jealous. I'm just saying. With that,
I hear you.
And it's always a pleasure to join you. You know, our fellow product experts with different products. You know, we have you on our show, and you have us on yours, and we just chat about different features.
Yeah, we actually got to sit together there and do a video interview at our last little get together, didn't we, Chris? That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was great and so easy because we know each other.
That's true. Very true. And there's people filtering into. I'll just put their names up whenever they come in and stuff like that, just to kind of recognize them, because that's part of this cool feature that we have with the StreamYard. Anyway, let's get to it. We're going to talk about albums, and I'm going to go ahead and preface it because I want to just start by saying that I had friends that had issues with an album that we were kind of all shared in and stuff, and somebody decided to be mean. Let's just put it that way. Somebody decided to be mean in one of the albums, and I immediately had to think of ways, hey, how do I stop this? How do I make this different? I still like both these people, but they don't like each other. Boom. I'm going to stop at that. I'm not going to go any further. I'm just going to mention that. So I asked Chris, I said, Chris, please help me out with some of this. Let's figure out some ways and look at some ways that we can look into this.
Well, first of all, we are talking about Google Photos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the product that I have a specialty in. I mean, there's lots of photo management software, and they can all make some kind of grouping like albums. But yes, Google Photos does have some specific methods for making albums and sharing albums.
Yeah.
So I figured we would just do it, and then we would come up with some different scenarios and what to do with it. So,
yes. And I will tell the audience too, the audience that's watching, if you have questions, don't hesitate to put your questions in there about this subject or any subject, anything you want, right? I mean, we're here to help folks.
Sure. Why not? Why not?
We always shoot from the hip whenever on my show. So here we go. All right.
So I have tons of photos. Let's say I want to make an album. You, me, and Jim here have photos that we love about places that we've been. And I say, well, let's make an album where we all share those together. So step one, I need to make an album. And there are two ways of doing that. Well, first of all, you can do it on the computer or on the phone. I'm going to do it on the computer. It's a bigger screen to see. You can either go to albums and create an album. That will create a brand new empty album and then go put photos in it. I don't like that way. I like going to my photos and selecting the photos and then adding them to an album. So I'm just going to start adding some of the pictures that I like. Here's one we took just the other night. I'm going to select that. And then here's one we took an airboat ride the other day. That was so cool. I'm going to select that.
This is in the upper left corner, right? You're hitting the check. Yeah, check mark.
Yeah, hitting the check mark and selecting it. So I now have 3 photos selected, and I click on the plus. That means the photos that I've selected, add them to something. Plus, what do I want to add them to? An album. Now, I could say shared album, but
Mhm.
I never do. The only difference I have found between album and shared album is that if you choose shared album, it prompts you right away with who to share it with. If you
Mm.
create an album, you can always share it with whoever you want. So I always just create an album.
See, I thought it meant, when I saw that, I thought it meant to an already shared album. That's what I used to think. You just taught me something.
Uh,
I
well,
like that. I like that.
yeah, you want to add it to a new shared album.
Okay.
And we're just going to say, our best travel photos. Nah, just our best photos. And that's it. I click the check mark. Now, we say that the three of us have already talked, and we're going to start just adding our best photos to this album. So I click the share button, and I can share it with individual people, or I can create a link and then send them the link. But since we've talked about this, I'm going to send it to Jim individually. And I'm sure you're on here somewhere. I will search for Michael. If I could spell.
Oh, that's my issue. I got issues with spelling.
So there's Michael Daniels. Now, when I click send, okay, let's add our best travel photos here.
So that's a message you're sending along with it.
Yeah. Now, where are you going to get that?
That's a good question.
In Google Photos. Now, if we've never shared anything before, you will get an email. But if we have been sharing things before, you won't. You will just get a notification from Google Photos. So if I have just shared with somebody who really doesn't use Google Photos, they might never see this.
That's a valid point.
Which is why I generally recommend to create a link and then send the link via an email or a text message, however you normally communicate with somebody.
Right.
So can you show on your screen, Jim? Yeah. Wow. Did you just got a message?
I did. I got a message. I got one with in my little bell icon up top. I got a little dot up there that lets me know that I got something. So
in the bell icon.
And you can see it on mine there where it says sharing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our best photos.
Our best photos. So this is Jim's screen that you're looking at now. And he got a notification. Oh, Chris has shared me our best photos. So he clicks on that. And there's the message I wrote.
Oh, yeah.
And you can now also, just without seeing your screen, Michael, but so Jim, add a couple of nice photos.
Okay.
Nice photos. Do you
nice
have any
photos. We'll be mean later, but first he's going to add a couple of nice photos.
That's so funny.
Okay. There.
Ooh, that full moon is gorgeous.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
While you're looking through that, there's a question. Would pre-printing cards to share with others help to get them to share their photos?
Pre-printing cards? Sure. How do you do that? In print, you need a QR code then. So you get a link, and then you turn that link into a QR code so that you can print it.
Share that. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
So that's how, when we had a wedding party 100 years ago, we had to buy those little disposable cameras and put in front of everybody's position, ask them all to take pictures. Yeah. We collected all those and developed them. Now, all you have to do is put a little card at everybody's place with the QR code.
Yeah, it's awesome.
They can take pictures and share that.
And it doesn't matter what device. Doesn't matter what device they use. That's
Right.
what's nice. As long as they have Google Photos and they.
I've selected 4.
Okay. Then I guess you did that not from within the album. So you click the plus. And now here, you're right, Michael. If you do want to add to an existing shared album, you do click shared album here.
Okay.
But you can also make a brand new one that prompts you to share it.
Or you can create a new one from here.
So Jim just selected 4 pictures. He clicked the plus, shared album. There he sees my shared album. And now let me show you what that looks like.
I just got a message that Jim added photos.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Awesome.
It really is cool. So here's the album that I created that says Our Best Photos. And I have to refresh the screen. On the computer, you have to refresh the screen in order to see. So here I see Michael Daniels has added a picture. Jim Gould has added a picture and another picture and another picture and another picture. Only when other people have added pictures do you see their names appear.
That makes sense.
I mean, I can share and have my pictures. It won't have my name on it until somebody else adds a picture. Then it distinguishes.
Then it adds it, yeah, because it wants to know. Yeah, exactly. Who added what?
Yeah. So that's how shared album works. But what if I put this in a link and I posted the link on Facebook, for other people to look at this? Could they add photos?
Yeah, that's the key, right?
Right.
So a public link is what you're saying. A viewable public link or an editable public
if I
link. This is the key.
Share and create link and copy that link and post it somewhere where perhaps hundreds of people could see it, they could add their own photos. That could get dangerous really quick. So how do I prevent that? There's a setting. So the setting that allowed Michael and Jim to add photos to my album, I had to see the setting. I click the 3 dots and options. And it's this one called collaborate. So if I turn that off, it doesn't affect the current photos. There's the photo from Michael. Here's photos from Jim. But Jim and Michael, try to add another photo now.
Okay.
Yeah, it won't do it.
Just won't do it.
Yes, it will not do it.
It's just not available. So that's how we, when Jim and I are traveling, we both take a lot of photos. We like to share our travel photos with our whole mailing list, thousands of people as we travel. But this is our travels. We don't want them adding. So I keep collaboration off. Now, anytime I want, though, hey, Jim, you have some photos you want to add?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I always have photos I want to add.
So I'll go back.
Usually she tells me that I need to add some photos. That's the way it really works.
So I go back to the album, click the 3 dots, choose options, and I'll turn collaboration back on. Now, both of you, Michael and Jim, you can add a couple more photos.
All right.
Now add some
Oh, okay.
lobster.
Where'd I go?
One comment from Jolin out there, which I truly agree with her on this. I've truly enjoyed traveling along with Chris and Jim on their wonderful dive trips and cruises. Their shared albums are a treat, and it's fun to be able to comment in the photos. Yeah, you guys did a great one with some video and stuff when y'all went to Italy, I think it was. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
Enjoyable. That was very enjoyable, though.
Italy is just so special. Yeah, how can you not? How can you not share it? All right, so Jim is selecting a few pictures here.
I added one.
Yeah.
All right, I've selected a couple here. And here's another one. Okay.
Do several lobster.
Do several lobsters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we want to see the lobsters.
Right. So Jim has a thing for lobsters.
And then plus
heard that
shared album.
Huh?
Our best photos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now you should have gotten a message.
Yep. And some photos.
And let me show this on the phone now. So yeah, I did on my phone get a notification.
I love that.
There. Our best photos. Michael added some. So on the phone, how you get to albums now, this is recently changed, is this menu item called collections. Collections. And then there's a bunch of blocks here. Here's a block for albums. Tap on that. And you have your option of all, shared with me, or my albums. Now, this is a shared album, but I own it. So it's my album. Our best photos.
So if I had shared the album with you, then it would show up in your shared.
In my shared with me. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I said our best photos, and yeah, I like lobster too, but hey, that was a bit too much, Jim.
Oh, come on.
As the owner, I can remove photos. Now, he can remove his own photos. You know, I could tell him to do it, or I could just do it because I'm the owner.
And I always do everything she tells me to do, right?
So but I can say,
on the album, I can't remove that from that album.
Correct.
Yeah.
You could remove any of the photos that you put on there.
But not Jim's, right.
But not Jim's.
Or yours.
I'm the owner. And how do you know that I'm the owner? Here are the people who are on this
album,
who are sharing this album.
Okay.
The very first one is always the owner. If I tap on that face, it says Chris Gould, owner.
Okay.
So you know who is the owner, and I can choose, where'd it go? I can choose this one and 3 dots and remove from album.
Nice. I like that.
Now, I'll bet, I don't know, but he can probably put it right back.
As long as collaboration is on.
As long as collaboration is on, I think he could put it right back. And I can delete it again.
I know him.
Yeah, you don't want to play whack-a-mole here. This is, this is something that just happens.
I know him with lobster.
Surely.
He will put it back. He will put it back. So, all right. So one thing I'm real curious, because when I was in there, when you were doing all the stuff that you were doing, I have the ability to block Jim from while in the album. Would that remove any picture that he put in there in that album?
You can block Jim.
It had an option, three dots.
Now,
next
if I block Jim, it would, if I just remove Jim, I can remove him. Let me show you that.
Okay, sure.
So in the album, on the people, when you see the people that are in the album, there's 3 dots next to them, and I can remove or block. As the owner, I can remove a person from my album, and that will remove all of his photos for everybody. It just removes his photos from the album.
So I'm wondering, I can block him. I have the option to block right there. I'm real curious what would happen. I don't want to do it. We need to get our alternate ego in there and maybe do that. And I just want to see.
Yeah. Let me add a fake person to this album so that we can block them and see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
So I am going to, and there's other ways, you know, I could send this person a link. I could put their, or since this album is already shared, I see the faces up here. I can click this little plus
to add it. Yeah.
To add another person. And this is Alice. Alice Apple is just one of our dummy accounts. And
Jimmy proud. Mike said out there, suddenly I'm wanting lobster for dinner, he said.
Oh yeah. So now Alice's icon is there, but see how it's grayed out? So she has been invited to the album, but she hasn't accepted yet. I can become Alice. I'm going to use my profile.
You can become somebody.
I can become Alice and go to her Google Photos.
Becoming Alice.
Becoming Alice. And see how she has a notification under sharing?
Yeah, I like that, yes.
And our best photos. When I click on it, I, meaning Alice, has now become a person sharing the album. And I can add some photos. Let's say Alice doesn't travel. She's into jewelry. So she'll add these photos that are of jewelry. And done. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to be me. And everybody's just gotten notification that Alice added some pictures, right?
Sure did.
Yep. So I look at the album, and once again, on the computer, you have to refresh the view. The computer doesn't get that something new. And here's all this jewelry. I say, yuck. That's not what this album is for.
There you
no,
go.
Alice. No. So I can remove it all, but maybe I'm saying, you know, Alice is just off the wall. She's not going to play nice. I'm just going to remove her from the album completely. So you scroll down until you see the names and the 3 dots and remove person. Photos and comments they added will be removed. Turn off link sharing to stop Alice from possibly seeing this album. Okay, so that makes sense, but we wanted to try blocking her, right?
Yeah, I want to see if I can. As somebody let me just try it my way first, and then I'll let you block her. How's that?
Okay.
I'm going to try it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it says block Alice Apple. They won't be able to contact you on Google Photos, and you won't see their photos or comments in the Google Photos. The block will also apply across certain Google products. Wonder if I can unblock it. But
I think so, but that's
let's just do it. I'll see what happens. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh,
but that sounds to me like it's personal. I have a feeling that you blocking her will mean that you won't see her pictures, but I think we still will.
All right, let's see. Hold on. Let me I guess I have to refresh here. I do see the jewelry. I still see it. Do I need to go out and come back in, you think? Maybe?
Oh. I don't know. You always get me to do things I've never done before, Michael.
The jewelry's still there on mine.
The jewelry's still there. Okay. So
it's not for me. So as soon as I went out and came back, she's gone out of the top, and also all of her pictures are gone.
Okay.
But I still see her pictures of jewelry.
Okay,
Right.
let me go out.
Got it. Okay.
And go back in. And I'm still seeing the jewelry. Yeah. So blocking is a personal thing.
Just as you said.
I hope we never have to use her again because.
No, well, let me block her so that we can see it on the screen. And I do think there's a way to unblock.
Okay.
So here I'm going down, and Alice Apple, I will block her. Block. You will no longer see each other's photos, comments, or any activity. Block person. All right. Right now, I still see the jewelry. If I refresh.
Yeah, that's what I had to do is refresh.
You refresh, they're gone.
The jewelry is gone, and she's gone from here. Is the jewelry gone for you, Jim?
The jewelry is gone for me as well.
Okay, because I was the owner.
Yep.
I did it from. Okay, now let's see if I can unblock her.
Yeah, that's the trick, right?
This is part of your account, your Google account. So I'm going to click on my little face and manage your Google account. And I'm going to search for blocked users.
There we go.
So there's Alice Apple is a blocked user.
I got
if I click the X, she's no longer a blocked user. Seems to me.
That's it. The same happened for me. This is awesome. This is such a great learning experience.
Yeah, well, you always push the envelope here, Michael. Okay, but meanwhile, she's already been removed from the album, I think.
True. Yeah, she has.
Yeah, she's gone from the album.
Yeah, I'd have to add her back.
So does she have any pictures that she can put in there that are nice?
Well, let's go see.
After we have a chat with her, we need to talk to her and say, hey, look.
Okay, so I'm adding her back.
It's going to be great. I'm going to get to see if she comes back.
And then I go to her profile.
Up there. I see her. You got
and
her.
Photos. Okay, let's see. What does she have?
She got Big Ben there with you too.
Yeah, how about let's say she was in London with us. She has London pictures. So let's put a couple of the London pictures and add the shared album, our best photos. And I'm back on me. Yep. Cool. That was wonderful.
That's awesome.
I learned something too.
No, that's great. That's wonderful. And just to reiterate what I started at the very beginning, my situation, what I ended up doing was creating 2 new albums, deleting the old album, moved all the pictures. I made all the pictures my own and then moved them into those 2 albums is what I ended up doing. Since I was the owner of that album, I was able to do that. And one thing you can do, and correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm saying this incorrectly, I want to try and be very clear when I say this. When I have a shared album and I love the pictures that are in there, I download them to mine. So they're in my photos, not necessarily in the album. So if I want to search November and we made that trip in November, I don't have to go to an album to see all those pictures. I can just look in my photos to see all of the photos. Is that correct? Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
You can save, and it saves a copy. So correct. For anybody out there considering sharing photos, realize if you share a photo, you're saying you can have this photo. If I share a photo with Michael, I'm saying, hey, Michael, here's my photo. You can look at it, or if you want, you can have it. You can have your own copy of it. That's what save does. It makes a copy into your library.
Love it. I love that. Yeah. So if they edit, because that person can edit their photo and then add it to the album, back to the album.
Yeah.
Correct. And then
Yeah.
if they do that, then I won't have the current edit, so to speak, right?
Right.
But it'll probably save as a separate photo, though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it save as a separate photo?
Yes.
Okay,
Shall we do that? How much time do you want to?
Oh, I don't care. I do want to put, Maurice brings up a good point. To share with Google Photos, must the person have a Gmail account and already be in your contacts?
Must have a Gmail account.
They must have a Google account. A Gmail account is absolutely a Google account, but a Google account can be another email address.
So, but you can send photos to someone without them having a Google account. Can you not? Can somebody
absolutely?
They can look at them, right? They just can't do anything with it.
And they don't need to be in your contacts.
And they don't need to be in your contacts.
And do they have to be in it? I mean, can an album, same thing? Can they access an album and just look without having any kind of Google account?
Yes.
Okay,
they can access an album and just look. But if you want them to be able to add their own photos, they need to be using Google Photos.
That's key, yes. And that's video as well, right? So they can sit there and watch a video on your album that they have absolutely no Google account at all, but they can watch the video, just can't participate or comment or anything like that.
Absolutely.
Awesome. That's a great answer right there. We'll get to that.
It's a link. As long as you use a link.
Yeah.
That link, anybody who has the link can see the pictures. No Google account required.
Oh, Maurice, that's another good one. But they are put in your timeline based on the original timeline. So they intermix with all your photos. I think she's talking about the one when I save them.
Right.
It's going to go into the time frame of when that happens. So, right. I mean,
and this is something I would really like to show.
Yeah. Please, let's do it.
So let me do that. So back to my computer and our best photos, which are shared photos from me, Jim, and Michael. I don't think there's, and there are some Alice now, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's the London ones in here. Those are from Alice. Okay. So first, let me do just one photo. So here's a photo from Michael. And I say, ooh, that's cool. But I'll bet you maybe I could do a little bit of editing and make it even better. I would like to zoom in just on the beaver here. Notice there is no edit command. Why? That's not my photo. I can't edit Michael's photo.
There you go.
But if I save it, it makes a copy. That's my photo. So I click save. And it is saving. But I still don't have an edit button. Why? Because the photo...
Right?
What?
Because you're in the album, right?
Right. I'm still looking at your photo in the album.
There you go.
So I would have to get out of the album and find your photo, and it's gone into my library by the date it was taken.
Wow.
I have no idea when you took that photo.
It's true.
And I don't want to go into the album and figure it out and then search for that date. Here's the trick. I just added that photo to my library. You can see your photos in order of recently added. So,
or me, right? You could search me too. Would it show just my photos?
Yeah. Well, no.
The author? No, it doesn't do that. Okay.
It would only know you if your face is in it, and I have identified your face.
I got you. Okay, that makes sense. Interesting. So recent. Okay.
On the computer, I click Explore and then scroll down, and there's recently added. And there is the copy of Michael's photo that I just added. Now I have the edit button. And I just want to show you where that is on the phone because it's different. So here's my Google Photos on my phone, and yeah, Michael's picture is not on top. If I go to collections and scroll down, I'll see recently added. And there is Michael's photo that I added today, regardless of when he took the photo.
Then it showed up. Yeah, I got it.
Now I can edit it. And I could crop to get, let's say I like these toothy animals here. And then I would enhance it, brighten it up a little bit, and save. And now what you said, I could add this photo back to the album.
Back to the album. Yeah, that's exactly. I wanted to show people that you can do that.
So 3 dots, add to album, our best photos, 0 items added. Oh, huh. Add to album.
But look at the album. It'll have the edited version.
It'll have the edited version. Oh, once again, Michael, like I say, you're always pushing the boundaries here. You go to collections and albums and our best photos. And
let's see if it has.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
That's weird. So it's still understood that was originally your photo. I copied it and made an edit to it, but when I added it to the album, it replaces yours. I can't explain. I don't like that.
No, but I think that's, because there's many times where people they say, oh my God, your camera takes such great photos. And, but mine really didn't. So I go and I enhance their photo all the time. I try and do that. I download it, enhance it, and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know that I've ever put it back.
Yeah, if you put it back, I always assumed, I never did it either, that if I put it back, there would be 2. But no, you would actually be replacing theirs with the edited. Oh, okay. Okay.
So now you need to add that to your book.
Yeah, that's a lost cause to keep up to date. To keep up with all this stuff is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still do kind of intend to sometime. But so that was just one picture. Now, I thought it was really interesting that we're talking about this topic. And just yesterday, I got several shared albums from friends who are traveling in Europe. So if I go to collections and albums,
yep.
Here is where I would tap shared with me. And now I see Dubai. They were in Dubai, Northern Italy, Southern France, Galicia. And you think we travel. These people put us to shame. Lisbon in Northern Portugal. Now we're talking about going there sometime soon. And there's 88 pictures. Let's say I want all of these pictures in my library. 88 pictures. With no individual picture selected, I'm just in the album. If I tap save photos, save 88 photos, save photos will appear in your account. Save. I have now added 88 photos to my library. Where are they? They're interspersed according to the date they were taken. So how do I see all of them together? We just did it.
Oh yeah, we had to go
recently added. Yeah. So I scroll down here to recently added. And now the first 88 pictures in my library are going to be the ones that I just got from my friends. Now I think it's fair for me to put them into an album. I'll select them all. I can
and create your own album from this then.
Create my own album of Don and Kim's. Okay, and there's the beaver, so it ends right there. Plus album, Don's Portugal. This also will allow me to delete them all.
Yeah, there you go.
Later when I get around to it.
Mm-hmm.
Although they are really cool photos. Yeah. So that's a lot about shared albums.
You know, Mark brings up a good point in the audience here. He says, maybe save as a copy. Because when you save that photo, you saved it instead of save as. That might be what happened, but I can't believe that you can edit a photo because it still has my name on it.
Yeah.
I just think that's crazy.
That's definitely interesting.
For creative collaboration, this is a wonderful tool. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And
that it can be turned on and off.
Yeah, I do like that. That's a key thing. I think that's kind of where we came full circle. And I think that's really the big deal, is that you are able to turn it off if need be, which is awesome. Yeah. What a great job. Great. Excellent. I always learn something for sure whenever you're on.
So do I.
It's because I always challenge you guys. I want to give a little bit of time for our members, community members, and you're one of them. So that's awesome. But, we're going to go into, we have what we call a backstage pass, kind of like what you guys do.
And we copied from you.
So we're going to do that. I would love to see some members that come in. If you're a member of our community at the middle level or higher, and if you want to join just to check it out, just to see what it's like, you can come in right down here on this YouTube video, only on YouTube, not on Facebook or Twitch, but down below here, right about in there, you'll see a join button. Come join. Join for a month. Come check it out. Go ahead.
Just be clear. This is for Tinkering with Tech membership, not Geeks on Tour. Right. This is not a Geeks on Tour backstage pass. This is a Tinkering with Tech backstage.
That's right. But you could join Geeks on Tour if y'all want to, just not today. Because nobody's going to be there if you go in there. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I love how you clicked and dragged the select the photos, Chris. There you go. To select the photos.
On the mobile devices. That's a really nice way to select. Yep.
Absolutely. Join both. There you go. Well worth it, says Charlene. Yeah, join their community. Join her. No, it's always awesome having you on. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for taking the time and short notice too. You guys did fantastic on that. I really do appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
I'm going to take us on out with an outro, but be sure to go check them out. geeksontour.com. You can go check out all their information. I can't believe anybody that's out there that doesn't know, because most people in our community know about you guys. But if anybody happens to be watching and you're learning something on the photo part of it, be sure to go check them out for sure. If you want to join our group, our YouTube membership, it's right down there. There's a join button. You can come join. And if you join today, I'll add you into the backstage pass and we can talk further. Thank you guys again. I will see you. Happy holidays to you. We may see you, we may not, but just happy holidays to everyone, because they're coming right around the corner. So thank you. Bye all. Take care. See ya.
Bye.